Hello, welcome in, my friends. This is Divination Rainbow, and today I will be channeling some messages here for you. I want to do something a little different. We're just going to be using a few different oracle decks. And before this reading, I was smelling like a light floral perfumey scent, and there's like no scent in the air. Kind of is like a bright scent, and it's like definitely a little bit floral, maybe like rose and jasmine. And then I would say it has a little bit of fruitiness to it as well. So maybe that is a scent that sounds familiar to you, or it could be reminiscent of something from your past, but that was definitely coming in strong. All right, let's go ahead and get started and see what we need to see here. And thank you for taking the time out. All right, there we go. So for whomever this reading is for, let's see. Oh, some insight. Definitely. Perfect. All right. A journey. All on the floor. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Well, this is very interesting. I wasn't expecting this reading to take this turn at all. But this is abundantly clear now, isn't it? But let's talk through it together. So I see you going within. This individual is in a meditative state. The aura surrounding them is blue, green, orange, and yellow. So this person is grounding themselves. They are reaching out for communication. I can see here that they have their right hand up. So they are ready, and they also have their hand out to receive. So they're hoping to gain some information here, but also I can tell that this person is almost trying to manifest something as well, with the way that the blue and green, which would represent the communication and the love here, and it's transforming into this orange and yellow, this courage and passion, okay? And you can see that here. I feel like this person is almost getting to a higher state of enlightenment as well because of the way that they have been focusing on their self-love. And they're really getting their flowers here and giving flowers as well. This person is in tune with themselves and nature around them, and they have really been working on their spiritual growth and loving themselves authentically as they are, their whole selves. That's what I'm hearing. Your whole self, your full self. So knowing your light and your shadow, accepting yourself where you are, giving yourself grace. Now we see a passionate spark coming in here. And this definitely resonates. I think this would be something here that would paint a picture of a person who has recently had some type of an awakening that forced them to go inward, work on themselves, love themselves, find unconditional love from within. And that has only ignited this passion further. There's also a very obvious flame here that is reminiscent of a feather, reminiscent of a peacock feather. So that also could be this passion expanding your mind, changing your way of thinking. There is a lot of red here, and it's connecting with a golden thread. So this person that we're speaking of if this is you, you've recently experienced a type of spiritual awakening that has forced you to go within, deepening your connection with self and your self-love. This could be something that you're very passionate about right now in your environment, but I also am strongly sensing that this could be a divine counterpart connection with this golden thread and this flame that is reminiscent of a peacock feather, expanding your mind, which we see here as well. And then connection being the next card up is another reason why I felt that right away. And this is a really interesting type of representation for a connection because this is a divine connection. Look at the way that cosmos is woven together, everything intricately connected with purpose. Love the way that this synchronizes with this mental energy, this crown and third eye chakra energy coming from these two individuals that we see in the center. This is what is really fueling this connection at this time. In the beginning, it started with the love, the self-love, and also the love that transformed into a passionate love for this divine counterpart. This connection is strengthening through surrender. Okay? And that surrender is getting ready to take the both of you on a journey. And we can see potentially other individuals going on this journey as well. Perhaps soul tribe, soul family. The winding road and the bubbles floating up to heaven. Beautiful. Some of us are further along on the journey. I love that. So if this is resonating so far, and that sounds like it might be you, I would like to now get some guidance from your angels. So for this individual who has experienced recently an awakening of sorts, tied in with this passionate connection, this divine counterpart, as they embark upon the journey, what advice do we have? Oh, love it. Abundance. Okay. So that is fantastic. Abundance coming through. And we can see this whole connection has been a really transformative situation that has led to a deeper growth. And I really like how you can see that here where she starts off with just this little bit of light coming from her crown, but then you can see a little bit further down where she's down on her knees, really fully surrendering to the flow, and her aura is just glowing, and it has increased that amount, okay? And that goes right along with this message. Abundance in this connection. This is destined. And what you don't see, that's unconditional love. That's what's coming in. And that's what you've likely developed within yourself as well, which is the most important thing of all. Being able to have that unconditional self-love. I really truly feel that this card really symbolizes not only giving love to others, the way the roses are flowing from her, but the ones that she holds close to her chest and the way they flow from her. That also represents love of self. And I believe the saying goes, if you can't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else, right? And it's true. You really do have to be able to find that self-love. Stability. Wow. What another important quality to be able to find. And perhaps that inner knowing is bringing you even more of a sense of stability through this connection before you embark upon the journey. And that is also, to me, representative of a promise that you have coming through this journey with optimism, the heart in the center. Okay? Love to see it. How fabulous for you. All right. Maybe you're in the liminal space right now. Oh, but don't worry. Okay. Very interesting to see this coming up. But you know what is so interesting? Do you see the way that the flame is so similar to this passion? Okay? So if you're in separation or no contact right now with your person, just know that liminal space. Okay? We all go through it and you can move through it. Okay? I am definitely getting that vibe right off the bat with this one. And then in the center, we have the Holy Guardian Angel. And I also really am focusing on this word mirror here on this card, particularly at this time. And I do think that is significant why my eye is being drawn to that, because I feel like you and this person may be mirroring each other, okay? And that very well could be with the way that those two flames, it kind of almost reminds me also of the Hermit in the traditional tarot, how the Hermit card has the star in his lantern. This could be wish fulfillment, and right now, this could just be that hermit mode, that separation phase, okay? And this also is the angel of hope. So you want to keep in mind that during this time, you just need to hold on to hope. The holy guardian angel is really beautiful here as well, because that represents your personal guardian angel, the one who is always on your side for your best intentions to be fulfilled, for your highest timeline to be accomplished, and assisting you with reaching higher vibrations. And that would make sense why that energy would be present at this time in the center with the love and the surrender that you have been practicing. So if this is you, just take that as further confirmation that that self-love is certainly something that is helping you to bring this into a higher level, not only for the passion and the connection, but also for yourself on your journey with your counterpart, but also on your journey through life. Because that is really what we're all here for. And that is what these lessons typically are about and what it is trying to show us. So, the only other thing that I would say, you did also get the Watchers, okay? And so this is an important thing to keep out an eye for. It can have the same kind of energy as a guardian angel, perhaps, but it also has the energy of a fallen angel. You do not want to get into that overly watching energy either, I would say. I certainly can feel that. It can have a multifaceted meaning for you. It can let you know that you definitely need to reflect and take in a little bit more of a deeper perspective. And also, remember your own inner spark. Remember what it is that you bring to the table, okay? Because with that being said, remember how we talked about that flame there, okay? And that hope, your inner spark, your self-love is what heals this connection and is what draws this journey in. That's the next step. This could be a lot of different things. This could be different things for different people. Okay? Maybe you are getting ready to embark on the next step of this connection. Maybe you have just been casual and it's getting more serious. Maybe it's serious and it's getting even more serious. Okay? But just know that during that time, it's important to keep that balance. And don't forget your inner spark, and don't lose yourself to the connection either, because that's always something to watch out for with intense, passionate connections. But I do feel that who I am speaking to right now has been doing their self work. And we see here that you are protected. And earlier, the stability, okay? Optimism. If you keep that in mind, and at the same time, remain always grateful for the things that you have presently, try to stay in the present moment as much as possible. It's good to really try to ground yourself. If you're in an area where you're able to do so, I always recommend walking barefoot outside. You certainly can also have, for me, obviously, you can see, I love crystals and gemstones. You can always have certain things that will help to ground you, like certain stones, like this bloodstone. Okay, so those are just options, and you find what works for you. Breath work is always wonderful. All right. Well, I really do hope that this was helpful, and I love this for you. And definitely, you will have to let me know what this journey is and how this connection is being brought into the next level. In the meantime, remember that you are always protected, and I am sending you so much positivity and good energy. Please do take good care.